Hello. Hello, welcome back. Something tells me this is going to be an interesting week. It's quite a big area to cover, but it is warming up a little bit, and that's going to, I guess, force me to work in the mornings and late afternoons if it gets too hot. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm really hoping that this isn't going to be tricky. You know, I have worked on flat roofs before. My second house had an extension, but that felt kind of simple in comparison because the pitch was perfect on it. It was almost as straightforward as laying down a flat floor. But up here, because there are two pitches, that kind of makes it a little bit more tricky. One goes in that direction to that hole, and the other one goes in that direction to that hole. Now, fortunately for me, I've got a brother, James, who is a professional when it comes to all things flooring. He is my pro bro, and I've been talking to him about this because it's not so straightforward. It's learning, first of all, where to start. So he's given me some guidance on that. What I have done now is I've used the front wall as my line because you can't guarantee all the walls are going to be square. And in the evenings I've been coming up here quite a lot the last couple of weeks or so with a laser level, dropping it off on the floor and just marking off all areas and covering myself as much as possible and putting diagonals going to each of the holes and marking off meter marks. A pitch on a roof is normally somewhere between 1 and 2%. That's a good pitch. Doesn't need to be any more than that. And there are a couple of low spots. So for every meter, it's a 1 centimetre drop, and I'm trying for a tiny bit more. And I'm hoping I can, when I get to those problems, rectify it. And if I do think I'm getting stuck with it, I can change the angle and work away from that and put new holes in the wall. So there's always a way around it, and you're not going to see it or feel it. That's the good thing. Hello, hello. First thing I need to do is get these tiles on the roof, or at least one pallet. Motivation, that's the next thing. Get that first one in place. Right, I've got my line now. I've moved it, as you can see. I'm not going diagonal now. I was going to. It's great if you don't have completely square walls, but I want to make this as easy on myself as possible, and squared off is going to be absolutely fine. So I've gone down here just to double check. Starting there, work my way across in this direction. Now what I did is on that spirit level there, it's a bit longer than a meter, so I marked off 1 meter and then put something under it on a flat surface that was 1 centimetre thick, and just checked out where the bubble was. And it's pretty much where this one is, so that gives me my gauge, knowing that for every metre it's a 1 centimetre. And just to point out as well, because I know someone isn't going to get this, the roof already has pitches on it, it's just not perfect, and I'm having to rectify it. I wouldn't be using tile adhesive to put a pitch on a roof, but I have got some play with that adhesive between 3 and 12 centimetres. Millimeters, not centimeters. That would be silly. Oh well, hopefully it won't be centimeters by the time I get to the other end, or I'm going to have to rethink some of this.
It's really warming up now. It's beautiful. I'm in my element. This is what I'm here for. But up on this roof, whew, nice to have this shade and a bit of breeze though. Very nice. Mozzies in the evenings, they're having a field day. Don't get it down there, but up here, oh, time lapse, bit of music, makes everything look so easy, doesn't it? Two things. First of all, later in the week, look how far I've got. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed because of the second point. I should not have to adjust anything putting these tiles down. Ordinarily, I can cover this whole area, I reckon, in a week. Not the grout, just putting the tiles down. At least the bulk of the tiles. This is taking so much longer. Each individual tile I'm having to adjust because of this pitch. If you've been watching my videos regularly, you'll know roughly what I'm talking about. I won't bring it into my videos, not part of them, but I am frustrated, and that is something that I've got to just calm down from. And this is one of the reasons I like making these weekly videos within that week. It keeps it ultimately as real as it is. And some weeks you get a lot done and some weeks you don't, and there are going to be some high and low spots, and there are frustrating moments, and I can't hide all of those. Not happy all the time, but you have to work these things out. And ordinarily, the other thing as well is that I was 55 very recently, yesterday, and I had to just pause for a second. So that actually did give me a moment just to calm down a little bit here and not get frustrated. Just, it is what it is now. You've got to tackle it, what you're going to do. And of course now, as I was expecting, plan B, a new pitch. Well, I guess at least the bit that I have done is looking pretty good, so we'll just have to see. Round about there is where I'm putting the hole, and I went out late morning to get these two bits. That shorter section there that I'm holding on to will come off, and it will attach to this longer one. I haven't checked it, but I'm hoping just about long enough to get through there. You can see it's got teeth on there, and the drill bit in there always seems to come loose and fall out, and you lose it. It's got an Allen key wedged down there somewhere. Where is it? There. So there's a hole there with a screw, and that fixes it in place, and that always seems to rattle itself loose from the hammer drill, which I'm really hoping the hammer part of it is still working, because it wasn't the last time, and that could take a little bit longer without it. There, more or less.
every time. No, it wasn't. It was stone. Wow, I've been doing this for 30 minutes now. Let's try this. Oh, it's wiggling. There's loose bits. Oh, that bad boy. This was sending me off in a different direction. Yeah, it's quite a biggie. Come on. Ugh. Just about make out the torchlight there. I can't get the camera down any lower. Yep, it's dark. I started out at 4 o'clock. It's gone 9. Unbelievable. Look. I can't believe how long that took, but we are through. Would have been a bit annoying if I had to continue in the morning, so I got there just in the nick of time. I think now, sweep up, shower. I'm going to have a beer. I haven't had one for a couple of days, and I didn't have one on my birthday, so I'm going to do that early night and continue tomorrow. Hopefully get some tiles down and just pray that I don't need to do any more holes, because that will be really annoying. Right, see you in the morning. Oh, good boy, got sleepy eyes. We've been for a walk. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. A little bit of shade there, but it is warming up. It's going to be a scorcher today. And I want to see if I can get one bag mixed up and try and get some tiles down, hopefully to get to that hole. And then I'll feel comfortable doing the rest of it, knowing that I've got the pitch okay. Here's a challenge for some of you out there. Anyone out there. But those of you who have been contacting me saying you've been inspired to do something by watching these videos, try this one out. Set a camera up or your phone and video yourself doing whatever it is that you're doing. It's like having a gremlin on your shoulder, critiquing everything that you do. And you can't help but be aware of that camera there. And it might put you off a little bit and slow you down. But again, it is a little bit of a challenge. A couple of things that I guess will stand out to you, first of all, because the doing it is one thing, but it's getting there in the first place. In this case, with the roof and the tiles, one, you have to decide on a colour or a pattern. Then you've got to figure out where to get those tiles from. So then you'll discover that the one you really like is probably well over your budget. Budget is everything. And then you'll want to know how you're going to stick them down, what you're going to use. And that takes time. Then you've got to get it all back here. And then, of course, in this case, up onto the roof. That's before you've even started. Once you put the first one down, you're kind of looking for excuses to not do it. And that is a real thing. So you'll be preoccupied with other less important things at that time just to get you away from it. But once you do get started, time just flies and then you don't want to stop. It is a real challenge. Do let me know how you got on with it. And good luck. Come on. Good boys, go down. Got my fresh mix, clean tools, and now the plan is I want to get as far as that chimney because it is Saturday and this video is not going up until I've done that. Time-wise, where are we? I've been out all day. Rusty Wrench, there's a bike event going on there and I've got a little bit of alcohol in me, so this should be interesting, but it is 11 minutes past 8. Okay, so it's a standard chance of getting the video out tonight. I better hurry up. I've got a nice bright solar torch over there, so that should be fun. And also, wisening up, I've got my long sleeve and long trousers on because of the mosquitoes, but I am already clammy and sweaty because it's really warm. Plan is there, and I'm really hoping it will go smoothly. Now, in the meantime, yesterday, after I did the hole the other day, I did do a little bit last night and a little bit this morning. Just show you this pitch. From there, where my finger is there, everything going in that direction is going that away and then down, and from that side that way. So you can imagine how tricky that was to do. And over on this side now, where the spirit level is, that row going directly down to the new hole is horizontally level that way, but going down at that angle. And you can see that the bubble is just over the line. That's exactly as I wanted it. And this really was the troublesome area. I've had so much trouble doing that, but it works. And just to see if it's like that all over, battling the leaves. Yes. And yes, perfect. I couldn't have done that better if I tried. Pat myself on the back here, but that was really difficult. So as soon as I get one more row in there, I'm hoping that means that everything going in that direction is going to be with the pitch of the roof, and it's going to be plain sailing. That's the plan. So if I can get that done tomorrow, the finished section here, then Monday, as it is cooling down a little bit in the evening, during the daytime, sorry, it's going to be in mid-20s and the evenings. There's a possibility I can get full days in, and if that is the case, then I can get this roof done, and I can't wait to get this out of the way and start something new. And I'm sure you guys will be feeling that same way by then as well. Well, I only started the tiles on Tuesday, but off this roof would be lovely. Right, enough said. Let's get on, and hopefully I'll finish before it's too dark so I can have a nice cold shower at an early night. But at least in the future it'd be easier to sweep up. And yeah, I might even get a leaf blower. We'll see, one thing at a time. Let's do this. All of the white stuff, by the way, it's all over the tiles, are looking really messy at the moment. It washes off really easily, so I'll look forward to doing that tomorrow, and they look fresh and good as new. And this side is still the higher point, so I've got to put a little bit more down, but as I get closer to the hole, the less I'm using, so that's reassuring. I might not have to get too many more bags of it. Wow, this is using a lot at this end. Almost to the max. But next to nothing by the wall. Well, a few more would have been nice, but I did get to the chimney. So at least now I know I can get this finished tomorrow. So clean up, early night, start again. Thanks for watching. Take care, look after yourselves.